Welcome to We Need to Become channel. My name is Eunice. I am very excited today to share one of the biggest lessons I've learned in 2025. And this is something that affects us quietly. And it affects us mostly when we need to make decisions. And before I dig deeper, I want us to remember that one moment or that one day that you had to make a choice to please another person, or you had to make a choice to feel accepted, or you had to make a choice so that you don't disappoint the other person. And what am I talking about here? Approval seeking. According to psychologists' research, they estimate that a human being can make up to tens of thousands decisions in a day. And that includes any small, simplest, insignificant decision you make in a day, or whatever big decisions you make. It includes every moment you have to make a choice. And most of those decisions that we make out of the tens of thousands decisions are when we try to seek approval from other people. Just thinking about that, it tells me that how often we try to seek approval from other people. And approval seeking is so subtle that we barely notice when we're doing it. Some of the decisions are so habitual that we barely notice when we're doing it. And we find ourselves out of tens of thousands in a day. Most of those, I don't know how many thousands, but out of tens of thousands, most of the decisions we make is trying to seek approval from other people. I come from a society whereby if people are happy with you, then you're safe. And if people are not happy with you, then there's something wrong with you. So you find you doing things which will help you feel accepted in that society. The decisions that you make, and now learning that in a day I can make out up to tens of thousands decisions, and most of them are approval seeking. Then it tells me how many times I don't make choices for myself, but I make choices so that I don't disappoint, so that I can feel accepted, so that I can fit in a certain situation. And Dr. Aziz, in his book, Not Nice, he says that our niceness, which also comes from trying to seek approval, our niceness comes from the early beliefs, those beliefs that we learned from our childhood. And we learned that approval equals safety. Every time somebody approves of who you are, what you're doing, your thoughts, your choices, then you feel safer, which is actually very sad. So, what happens when we continue seeking approval? What happens when we continually change the words we are using so that we can avoid being rejected? We start to self disconnect. And when I talk about self disconnecting, we become so good in reading other people. But then at the same time, we become so bad in hearing ourselves. Because once you continually adjust yourself, you stop trusting your instincts, you forget your preferences, and you also wait for people to give you permission to be the person you want to be. And when we do all this, we will look so confident from the outside. But in us, we're going to feel insecure. And this is because the kind of confidence we have is not from within, it's from the reaction of the people. The happier the people are, the more confident I feel. But the kind of confidence we need is the confidence that comes from self trust, which we can only get when we become more aware of the situations that lead to seeking approval. When you think about seeking approval, it's almost impossible to do away with it. So the idea here is not to end it overnight, but to create more awareness about it. I've done this by asking myself powerful questions that will bring me back to myself. A question like, do I approve myself when I say this? Do I approve myself when I do this? And the other thing is, I remind myself that you do not need everyone to agree with you. You only need to feel aligned with yourself. You do not need everyone to agree with you. You only need to feel aligned with yourself. Therefore, confidence do not come from being liked by people. It comes from learning how to trust yourself. And every time you make a decision that feels right for you and not to please everyone else, you build that trust a little bit more. And once you start building that trust, then other people's opinions will not shake you the way they used to shake you before. And that's how you build real confidence. Until next video, bye.